Hello writers. This thing we do called writing is a relatively lonely sport. You or I are sitting at our desks or working in a public space like a library or perhaps a coffee shop, grabbing time in our work breaks and adding words to page, adding words to screen. I want to share with you about something that I'm finding really helpful at the moment, and it's having a writing accountability partner. The process of having somebody to talk to about my word count is where the thing has started, but I can see that that will develop and go to a different level over a period of time as myself and my writing partner work on our respective project. I've made some notes here and I'm going to share those with you. The first thing is that it's really good to connect with another writer on a regular basis. I'm not talking about a process that takes several minutes a day, rather a few seconds a day, where I'm sharing my word count with my writing partner Helen, and she is sharing her word count with a text or a WhatsApp message to say that she is 400 words ahead of where she was yesterday, or 2,000 words ahead of the last time she messaged me. It's simple and it's helpful. Another thing about the writing process is, apart from it being lonely, it's easy to hide. It's easy to hide behind losing time on social media, or a friend will say, "How's the book going?" and we'll nod and go, "Yeah, pretty good, thanks very much, what about you?" With an accountability partner, there is a need to actually share some detail. It's easy to have communication that is vague or alludes to progress, or in fact downright fibbing when we say, "Yeah, I'm making lots of progress and I haven't actually written for a few days." That process is completely put to one side. By the way, I'm wearing a sling today, so if you see no movement from my left arm, it's because I broke it in a very bad fall in ice last week, and I've spent a few days in hospital, but I'm home now and enjoying the writing process. So it's a lonely sport, it's easy to hide. Why do we need an accountability partner in our lives? Because procrastination is very easy. It happens to all of us, and procrastination can be seen as a weakness or something to worry about or something to agonize over in the late hours or the small hours when you're thinking, "Oh, I wish I could move this project forward." I think of procrastination simply as you have a choice to sit down and write, you have a choice to put words on your keyboard and see those appear on screen, or you choose to do something else. You choose to do something that is more enjoyable at the time, is more relevant at the time, something which attracts your attention that is separate from your writing process. So don't worry about the procrastination. The accountability process will get rid of that, because instead of saying, "Oh, I think I'll watch another movie today, or I'll stream something, or I will read a book," you might say, "Yes, I'm going to read the book, but I'll read the book once I've sent a text to my accountability partner to show that I added 317 words to my manuscript in a half-hour writing block during the afternoon." That feels completely different, and actually I've noticed that now I'm dipping into a new book. It's called An Editor's Advice for Writers by Betsy Lerner, sometimes known as The Wood for the Trees, which is its subtitle. I've been racing through that book this week, knowing that I'm writing every day, I'm adding consistent numbers of words to pages, and I'm letting Helen know my word count. So I'm reading with more relish now, because I've got no sense of any guilt. I shouldn't have anyway, but I'm sure you and I both go through that process where we think, "Oh, I haven't really done any writing for the last couple of days. Okay, but I don't want to. I'll do something else." Lose the guilt, enjoy the writing, put it to one side, and then enjoy something that is pleasurable as well. How does it work in practice? Well, I will send a message to Helen, just as a little WhatsApp message on my phone saying, "Okay, I've done 418 words. How's your writing going? Good night, Nick." And either that night or in the morning, she'll message me with her up-to-date word count, I'm writing something by hand at the moment and just counting the words and adding them to my spreadsheet. She's working on her Scrivener software, and she will send me a screenshot of the words that she's added to her work in progress. So it's that simple. We're not talking by phone. We are simply sending word counts and little messages to say, yeah, I'm on with it today. I've managed 90 minutes or an hour or 45 minutes, and this is what I've added to my project. How do I feel about the idea of having an accountability partner? To be honest, I don't know why I haven't done it before. I've got friends who are writers and we occasionally catch up with a message on Facebook, but it's nothing organised or structured. This is very different from having a coach. I know some writers work with a writing coach on particular projects or to achieve certain word goal targets. I've never used a book coach or a writing coach, but I think with the process of having a regular message to Helen and knowing that she is going to be sending me her word count, I know that that is helping me tremendously by giving me the confidence to say, right, I am writing, I've chosen to declare this project. In fact, I think that's a really important point. You are declaring to another writer that you are committed not just to say you're writing, not simply to the act of writing, but to making progress to the point where you will actually finish and have a deadline on your manuscript. We have both shared deadlines with each other for our current work in progress. We're both currently working on fiction projects, even though she has some non-fiction and I have several non-fiction books. But the fact that we're able to just message each other little words of encouragement, we're not messaging each other more than once or twice a day, but to know that they are waiting for my word count either tonight or tomorrow morning to see it on their screen, that is a real motivator, and it's a real driving force for finding that extra energy. The other night, maybe 2 nights ago, I'd come back from hospital and I knew I couldn't write. She sent me a little message of support and wished me the best for the following day. The following night, I thought, oh, I want to go to bed, I'm very tired, I can feel the meds kicking in and all that kind of stuff. But I managed 1912 words in an hour and a half, sitting at my desk with a flask of tea, before I felt I could actually go to sleep. When I woke up in the morning and realised quite how much I'd written, I was elated. It was brilliant to be able to send Helen a little message saying, I managed a writing session last night, I'm really excited, and I've got 1900 words done. And she sent me a lovely message congratulating me, and that felt really good. So I really do have sensations that working with an accountability partner as a writer is incredibly important. I don't think having an accountability partner who is not also a writer or writing on a project is the same as having a family member or a friend and simply telling them your word count. That's a completely different process because they're not engaged in the same activity of wanting to create a finished document that is either a story that can be read or a story that can be sold to people who will read it. So yeah, the biggest gain, I think, is that sense of I'm no longer alone in the daily task of writing, and I may get some encouragement from the person that I am working with as their writing partner, just as they give that encouragement to me. And the final thing, just looking at my notes here, is when you finish the project that you're working on, who is your first beta reader? Who is your first ARC reader? It's the person who's actually followed you over the last 6 weeks or 10 weeks until that manuscript is finished. They can be the first reader of the document you share with them after you've done your first very rough edit and send it to them. So there you have it. Those are my simple points about why there is great value in having a writing accountability partner to help you achieve your writing goals in 2023. I hope that helps you with the idea of exploring writing accountability with yourself and with somebody who will be there for you as you each share your daily progress and grumps and gripes and word count detail with each other in simple messages. Use it as an encouragement to get on with your writing because you know it's so important to you. Wherever you are in the world, happy writing.